Here I am waking up in my 1988 Mazda RX-7 FC. And here's Cookie, my cat. Oh, and here is my crippling coffee addiction. It lives in the car with me too. And here's Cookie again. This is the mountain I've lived on for about 3 weeks. Most people look at this car and they don't usually think, man, I want to live in that. To be honest, I can't say I did. I was just trying to build my dream car, and sometimes life has a way of putting you in situations you didn't see coming. While it's not the most spacious abode, it is quite humble. I think a lot of people wonder, how do you do it? How do you go to the bathroom and sleep? So on and so forth. And I often wonder, how do you let life pass you by and only travel when you have the money? I've been on the road for a little over a month now, and every day is kind of like a movie. Every day is a different adventure with its own unique challenges, struggles, and rewards. I've enjoyed life this way. It's fun and unpredictable, and the wins are extra rewarding. I think we got this center plate to the point that I'm pretty happy with clean-wise. I know in this lighting it's like impossible to tell really. These are all the seals and stuff that came out of the coolant jackets, and I actually found, this is what I was suspect of, but I've owned this motor for like over a year and haven't found this. I don't know if you can see this chunk missing from the coolant jacket guard. It's supposed to look like this. See how this bridge is here? It's missing here. I had actually repaired an engine with a friend that was just like this. We had to weld back in this section and chisel it down and put the groove back in. And so yeah, that was the fail, which makes sense because there was slight coolant in this front rotor, and that's actually what made the side seals on the rotor. They were stuck in the rotor. Which, you know, this really does kind of suck because resale value now. I don't know, maybe someone will use it for decoration or something, but either way, it's going to be kind of an L for me because price. But, you know, you just kind of get what you get, and you got to make it work, right? So that's where we are. To make some money on the road, I've been running an eBay store reselling items. It can be a little stressful at times, but a little faith goes a long way. Okay, that was weird. The camera like just died, and then it said error, and then when I tried to turn it back on, it just kept saying error. And I've had this camera for like around a decade, I think, and I've never seen that error. So I was like, wow, my camera just cooked itself, but it didn't. We're good, we're back, we're running, we're rolling, and let's get going, Cookie. Anyways, I was in the middle of saying this car is blue as fuck. Now focus, come on, bro. On the window, no! Yeah, oh fuck, dude, shit looks nuts. What the fuck? This is nice. I actually just found out if I took off some of the attachments for my camera that I've been using, I actually can kind of set it on the dash over here. It's probably gonna move in just a second here, but let's see what we can do. Oh yeah, it like totally was like, I'm not even gonna try. There we go. Now it's sitting with us a little bit. I don't know. Getting kind of bright. Alright, so basically, what it is this is a V6 Dodge Dakota that has had a better life at some point, and now it is up to us to get it back to a good life. It had a leaking cooling system component when the previous owner was going to do the cooling system. When they were removing the thermostat housing bolts, one of them broke off into the plenum. They were kind of just like, you know what, I got other better things to do, which, I don't know, I kind of been there. Long story short, the truck is now ours. So what we did today is sort of a temporary-ish fix, good enough to get it back to a more proper shop. Right now it is sitting under a tree in a small grassy yard, so not the most ideal spot to swap out a plenum. Definitely obviously possible, but if you can do better, do it. We're gonna try and just get it off the property into a better shop space, and then we'll be able to clean it, possibly get a new plenum, and really get into it. But for now, we have to let the JB weld that we put on today cure, so maybe around like 3 p.m. tomorrow, we should be good to see if it will start. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, fellas, we just pulled up. Now it's really the moment you've been waiting for. There's really no time to gaggle. There she is. Dodge Dakota V6 Magnum. What you think, Kick? Okay. I'm sorry. Very focused. Oh, itchy. Let me get that for you? You know I can get for you? Oh no, she get mad. Alright, anyways, back to the truck. So, this is it. Obviously, probably doesn't look that bad on camera. When you get up close, it's got this layer of this mildew. You can see what it'll look like underneath. But that's actually not as bad as you might think, because once you get this off, this actually preserves the paint. So that is a kind of a best case scenario for the paint. What more do you want in a truck? Alright. Like, what do you want, a V8? That's gay. You want a rotary? That's cool. You should probably put a rotary in a truck if you're got balls big enough. I ended up with this. This is my first V engine that I've owned, I just realized. It's a V6, for those who don't know. That's what V6 means. So that means it has 6 cylinders. I'm not trying to be sarcastic butthole right now, just in case there's anyone watching who wants to learn a little bit more about engines and stuff. I also do want to err on the side of like partially educational, or like maybe fully educational, because I kind of went to school for like fixing cars. So this is it. Oh yeah, so that's what was wrong with it, right? So water pump was leaking, so he put a new pump on, right? And then he was doing a new thermostat too while you're at it, because when in Rome. And then, I don't know if you can really see it, there's a bolt all the way down there that when he was trying to take it out, bolt's tripped, pulled the head off, left the bolt in the bottom of the plenum, tried getting it out, broke the extractor out in there on top of the bolt. I was like, so it was really gunked up and boogered. So what we've done to get it out of my buddy's property and onto more proper, warmer shop space, freaking freezing, is concreted it with JB weld, like literally like a mountain of JB weld, and then put the other bolt in, and then torqued it, and then prayed. And that's what we're going to continue to do, is continue to pray. So all we've really got to do today is let this cure. That's what we've been doing overnight, and then kind of just like low-key top it off with some coolant and try to start it, see what it'll do. If you're watching this, please pray to the Lord, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, that this starts. It runs great. It's gonna run great. You hear those birds? Birds chirping right where you said? Yep. Yep, right there. Right there. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's a good sign. So it's gonna be great. So we're gonna go ahead and get cranking away. It's rock hard, baby. Yeah, I don't even think you could get that water neck off if you wanted to now. It is like on there. Cool. That makes me feel good. Oh my god, it's so fun. Oh, this is cool. Anyways, alright. I'm gonna go in the car and let it warm up. I'm gonna let me warm up, get a clear mental game plan, and then we're gonna attack this. It's gonna be great. I just want to make this clear too. I don't have the most tools in the world. I don't really have a space to work on any of my stuff. Kinda operate out of my car, and money's tight. So that's kind of why the theme of all of this in this current era is very budget style. And also I want to kind of prove a point of it doesn't take all of those things to have a good life and have fun and make a life that you think is worth living. So let's go check this truck out. Cookie. Okay. She's so cute. Look at this is our first decoration too for the FC. For Christmas. It's a little bow. Ah, look at it, so cute. Okay, anyway, so we got some water, jug of coolant. Jug of coolant was actually with the truck. That was cool. We got our electrical bag and our toolbox, baby. So what I came up with, obviously we have to connect our hose. I'm gonna check the battery and then add coolant. Those are the only things I can really think to do that are necessary before we try and crank it and see what this baby will do. So, without further ado, let's go ahead. I think we're gonna start with checking the battery. That way I can think about it while I'm connecting the hose. All right, please don't fall. Bro. So we're gonna get our multimeter here. If you don't know how to use a multimeter, I would highly recommend spending some time here on YouTube. There are some people who, decent tutorials, enough knowledge to get going. It is definitely one of the more slept on automotive skills that you can develop because everyone's like, oh, electrical, I hate electrical. The things that you can actually do though with some electrical knowledge and skills are beautiful. For not just your own cars, but helping other people, and it's really cool. It's very nice in situations like this when you have a battery that's been sitting for a little bit and you want to know what it could be sitting at. Boom and boom. Wow. Let me grab you guys. So, we've got our hot on the hot, our negative lead for our meter, going on for the battery, and boom. 12.15. So why that is crazy to me is because this battery has been sitting, didn't run a lot. It is relatively newer-ish, but it's been sitting for a while, and also it's been cold, and it's been getting colder here. So to see it with that much juice really actually does make me happy. Yeah, that boosts my overall kind of motivation. Now we're gonna go ahead, grab some pliers, and get the hose back on. Alright duders, so I just went around and tried to get a bunch of the leaves out. There was so many more, like in these brake lines and down in these wells, just everywhere, dude. And then I got some more. This whole inside, when you open the door right here, was caked with them. But my camera's about to die, and I'm about to go back in the car and then get a battery. Take a second. We'll get out here and try to start this thing. So we are back warmed up. We have the battery checked, coolant hose attached. All we gotta do left is go out there, top it off with coolant, connect the battery, and see what she does, dude. I'm excited, a little bit anxious, also excited, also anxious. It's gonna be great. I'm just gonna start right up. I actually got a peek at the starter while I was cleaning those leaves, and it looks kind of newish. Awesome. But yeah, no, we just really gotta see what it's gonna do. I'm just procrastinating. I'm doing this thing where I don't want to start, crank the car I just worked on. I don't know if anyone else gets that. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what you do. It's okay though. Confident, right? So we're gonna go ahead and add the coolant and water. Oh, coming up on our tippy top. Got the boom and the boom and the boom boom and boom and boom and boop boop boop. Okay. I'm gonna go warm up before I crank it. Here's Cookie.
Hello, Cookie. How are you?
She's like, what the heck, bro? I'm trying to think of where it's gonna be best to put the camera. Maybe here? The fuse box? Yeah, that's probably gonna be the best. Alright, dude. Here goes nothing and everything all at once. She fired right up, bro. Oh my gosh. It was like 3 cranks, 4. Maybe 3 or 4, yeah. Holy crud, dude. Look at that. Low wash, door ajar. No real lights. Got our temps, voltage. Hey, our alternators came back. That's good. It was a little seized starting to get there, but looks new. Oil pressure's getting good. Dude, come on, baby. Let's go. Oh my God. Smells like a truck. Look at that. Oh yeah, baby. Hey, that doesn't look too bad. Cool. All right. Oh my gosh. Chat, we freaking did it, bro. Oh, working it all out. Wow. Got a bit of an exhaust leak up front. You can hear it. That's alright. Kind of to be expected. Oh my gosh, bro. So what just happened is everything was going great. I'm looking at it. It's running great. Nothing's leaking. And then there's a smoke, big amount of smoke, like not oil smoke, from the exhaust headers. And then I look down and there's like fire ember leaves. The leaves, there's a shit ton of leaves all in the engine bay, are trapped in between the heat shield and the headers. They obviously got too hot, started to catch on fire, and so I was like, instinctively, I didn't want any of the wiring or anything to get fudged up. So I ran around, turned the truck off, get a long screwdriver, poked the leaves out, and then, whatchamacallit, bro? FC just died.
Alright, so, what just happened is, you guys were really glad I was recording that. Haven't been recording as much until literally yesterday specifically. And then that happened, so that was wild. But basically what happened is, you know, we started the cars running. You guys saw that. Put it in reverse and we get going, make it about 10 feet. And then, yeah, it just died, right? And I'm like, okay, that could be a couple different things. So I ended up spending the next like 3 hours doing electrical diagnosis on this car, the RX-7 FC, just to find that the ground cable on the starter had bent. The eyelet that attaches, that you do the nut on, bent and was shorting out on the solenoid for the starter. Just barely touching. And that was preventing all power from going out to the car. There was, you know, you turn the ignition and there's no lights, no crank movement or anything. So I was like, wow, cool. I really hopeful I didn't just cook the computer. And so, you know, I checked that and everything and it was cool. And once we got the short figured out, the car came right back once we got the short done, and it's been good so far since. So yeah, that pretty much just ate the rest of the day that we were supposed to be using to get the truck off of the property. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I was supposed to be done with all this and then have both of the cars back on the same property up north by the end of yesterday. And it's not that way at all. I just woke up not too long ago on day 2. So here we go. Day 2.